right, hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin. Once again, a special episode where we follow up on the trading competition from ByBit. If you guys remember, we did one of these a little while ago where we have, before the competition began, we had Joe Saz, we had Crypto Face, we had Carl to the Moon, we had Jason, Crypto Crow, and we had Doug Polk. We don't have everybody back this time. In fact, we only have one person on so far from the last crew. And so let's say hello to Crypto Face. Hey, buddy.
What's up, man? How you doing?
All right, doing well. We're gonna follow up. We're gonna check out how your team's doing in the competition. But we have one more guest joining us today for very well, for personal reasons. He decided to remain anonymous, and I totally respect that. So let's welcome Salsa to the show. Hey, man, his first time on.
Hey, what's up, man?
All right, you guys will find out in a minute why Salsa is joining us. So I hope you guys are having a good, well, it's evening for some of us. Not sure where Salsa is, and we will keep it that way as well. Thank you for joining us on the live stream. Feel free to throw in questions, and we'll keep an eye on that. These guys are keeping on eye as well. Yeah, this is the third stream of the day, guys. It's been one of those days where content just keeps on coming. All right, so let me just go to screen share and let me introduce what is going on and why we are doing this show. We are following up on ByBit's World Series of Trading competition. Does it last 3 weeks or a month? It's got 5 days to go. It lasts like 3 weeks, right?
Yep, 3 weeks.
All right, perfect. And those that happen to be interested in trading on ByBit, of course, first check your jurisdiction to make sure you can actually do that, and that would be here. I have to get the link. So there you go. So that's if you guys are interested, please check out ByBit right there. All right. Other than that, the competition is on the way. And this is where we will introduce Salsa to the show. I'm not going to beat around the bush. Man, when I pulled this up, I had to like double check to make sure that this is not an error. So Salsa, you are leading the entire ByBit competition with a PNL of 3,600%. You started 2 weeks ago with 0.19 Bitcoin, and you have turned that in little over 2 weeks into over 7 Bitcoin. That is unbelievably impressive. Amazing. So thank you so much for joining the show. And how many people are in this competition? Do you know? It's got to be at least like what, 5,000?
I have really no idea. I think it's written. It's yeah. It says 10,000 on the top page.
It's about 10,000 people, and you are in the lead. So damn. Just talk to us. Is this normal? Is this like an average 2 weeks for you? Like, what's going on?
I mean, I started from, because the thing is, the more you grow that ROI percent, the more size gets in the way, right? Let's say you trade with bigger size, your edge is going to be tinier on small ranges. So my goal was to start from the smallest possible amount, which was 0.1. But I had a rough start, and I had to redeposit along the way. I think I was minus 50%. I redeposited 0.9, which is why you see the 0.19. And I was actually minus 33% at the beginning.
Oh, I see. So when you started, you were so what was your max loss at one point?
Yeah, my max loss was about 0.5.
So you were down 50% off the start.
Yeah, so 50% off the start, then you redeposit 0.9, and I was like down 30% maybe. Because when you redeposit, it's like basically whatever you deposited plus you started with initially becomes your starting balance. So it's like a 0.19 start, And instead of having 0.5 to work with, I had 0.13.
I
Sorry,
see.
0.14. So,
Okay,
yeah.
that's interesting. I didn't know they let you do that, but okay. So I see what happened there. You started with 0.1, you were down 50%. You added 0.9, so now you were only down 30% off of your initial capital. So you had 0.14 Bitcoin, and then you turned 0.14 Bitcoin into 7.
Yeah, exactly. So
Whoa, so
the way I
yeah, go
view
ahead.
this is like it's scalping. It's just I trade as usual. That's typically how I trade, but it requires a lot of luck because I'm going to go big relative to the account value every time. That's the only way you stack those insane ROI percentages. So basically, what I did from the start is I took big risk on every trade, and I got a lucky streak. And I believe that this is the only way that you can win those kind of ROI percent, very, very short-term competitions, because three weeks of trading is basically nothing. Like you can't evaluate a trader off of 3 weeks. So it's going to be full of degens that go 100x, and a few of them are going to get lucky. So I did my best to find the trades that I think if I get this entry, it's going to be lucky. I've always, I'm a scalper. I take multiple trades per day. Maybe in average, I think the past week, I maybe took 7 trades a day, something around those waters. And I slept very little because I wanted to milk as much as possible the opportunities. So I just risk big every time. Eventually, I stacked up some nice ROI percentage, and at some point, you don't have to risk as much because every time I make or lose 0.19 from here, it's 100%, right? So I don't have to go all in and risk that whole P&L anymore. It's kind of the compounding effect in that sense. So I'm a bit more safe than at first. I mean, a lot more safe than at first, but at first it was all or nothing, glory or wrecked fashion.
Well, you are one lucky son of a gun, man. Like, damn, you know what I mean? You're a killer, dude. Like, you're humble and you're right in these competitions. Like, if you want to win, of course you have to go high leverage and juice it. But you're insane, dude. You're fucking insane. Excuse my French.
No, it's fine. You're allowed to curse on the show. We're not fully PG here. So, Crypto Face, man. Hey, thanks for coming on. This is your team. You're in the positive PNL, right?
Yeah, I'm in the positive. I was at 123% personally myself.
Where are you here? I don't want to point.
Well,
to that.
now I'm at 1%, and so I think
you're
I'm
at
like
1. Okay, so
yeah, I really shit the bed, and
there you are.
yeah, like I have an excuse for half of it, and the other half, I don't. I was at 123%, and then I made one trade that went in the red and closed, and I was at like 95, and I could have swore that I was out of a trade because I was cool. I've done this. I've been through these competitions, and the last 2 competitions I finished in the red, and I got a lot of shit for it. Websites were made about me being a fake and all this stuff, and so I really, really care about not being in the red, and doing decent. And so I was happy with being at like 95%. And I've been gone for like 4 or 5 days, dude. And last night, fuck, man, I was in a trade apparently, and I was down to 1%. And I'd rather be at 1% than fucking red right now. But god damn, this competition's long. I wish it ended last week when I was at 123%. But
yeah.
Long,
dude,
Jesus,
I
man,
knew,
that's 3 weeks.
dude, I knew this would happen. I was like, because we were on the run up. Can you guys hear me okay with this fucking mask, or is this mask too thick? Do I gotta change masks, or can you hear me okay?
What's up? No, I hear you. Okay.
Okay. No, I knew this would happen, where the competition would start right when the pump would end, and I just find it. I just knew it would happen where the pump would like stop. And I don't think Bitcoin's I don't think gonna break up to another level for like another month, right? So honestly, just take what you can get. Now's when like I start getting desperate people start getting desperate. They start going bigger leverage, you know, and hitting it or losing it. So I'm just gonna. I definitely want to do better than 1%. I really feel like I'm really disappointed in myself right now and for my team because I was leading my team. Although we had a bet on the last stream for the 5 guys that were here. And
Are
they're
you
not
winning?
here.
Are you
So,
winning?
as far as
I
I'm concerned, I'm winning. I'm winning. So at least I got
I
that.
know you're beating Joe. I know that.
Yeah.
I gotta check what I gotta check what Carl to the Moon is.
Crow didn't make it. Oh, I don't know where Carl is.
Yeah, we're gonna find out where Carl is. I'm not sure if Doug Polk ever started.
Yeah, no, on my real trading accounts where I'm like trading with my real money, I fucking nailed this short. I nailed this short. I shorted this morning too. And so
it's been a really, the last couple of weeks has been like a really like boring price action. Like that's why it's incredible that Salsa that you were able to pull off such a return because like it's just been like price hasn't done anything other than on my morning stream I basically called a major short which worked out perfectly. But other than that, over the last week, there's been like pulling teeth.
Yeah, I didn't hear anything you just said because I was responding to someone in chat, but
oh my bad, that's okay. Wasn't that important?
Yeah, dude. This competition's long. No, you're right. You're right. It is, and right now people start going psycho because it's not going straight up. The biggest mistake people make right now is waiting for the big move and not taking. It's like fishing, right? You're not always going to get a big fish. Trading Bitcoin's like fishing. Just catch a damn fish. You're going to get small ones, but you'll get the big ones too. And so you got to take the small fish. So right now, what I'm going to do to go from 1% back up is just fish, take the small wins, and you know, if I get some big fish, you know, that's okay.
All right. So Joe's not here, but I do have his link up. So Joe hit some bad luck and oh shit, my bad. Why is this audio on? My bad. That's my bad. I was trying to get the links so for the other guys. So I do have Joe's team right here, and there's our own Joe Sass. Unfortunately, Joe ended up losing 0.3 Bitcoin, and he's done.
What happened to Joe?
Joe's done.
What happened? He was done earlier. What? Oh, is that Joe? Jesus, Joe. Jeez.
Joe's done. He did one of these competitions like a month earlier with his own group, and he won that competition with like 100 or 200%. And then in this official ByBit competition, he ran into a rough spot. Let's check Carl to the Moon. Let's see how he's doing. Yeah, I got his link right here, and we'll check that out. And I know Jason didn't start, and we'll probably leave Doug Polk alone. But here is Carl to the Moon's group. Let's see how they're doing. Or is it not gonna come up because nope, it is gonna come up.
Come on, I want to see where Carl's at. I've never seen Carl trade.
Someone in his group is up 500%, so that's good.
I believe it. Good. Okay.
And is he BTC Moon? Like I'm not sure what his ID was.
I don't know what his ID was. I'm telling
you. He's got like 1,000 people in here, so. So we'll have to find out.
Okay, so Salsa. How long have you been number one? You're at 3,600%, right? And where did you where were your biggest gains? Was it in the big run up, or was it recently? You're the dude up 3,600%.
Yeah, if you can show us,
I'll show the equity curve. I'll send it so Tone can show it on the screen.
Yeah, Salsa, if you want to send me some screenshots in Telegram, I can pull them up. You can share a screen, or I can show a chart from my end.
There, I sent you it on Telegram. So as you can see, it's mostly like a slow start, and then when it starts kicking off, I've just been scalping daily multiple times a day. There's really no particular day that I mean, actually today was really, really good because I nailed a couple very short-term moves multiple times today. Maybe a bit more than usual. But yeah, I did not try to catch any runners. I think it's not the way to approach these competitions. You're trying to get lucky on an entry and get a likely exit. So it's a lot of waiting for an entry. And when I get my entry, I'm looking for an exit right away. I'm not looking for a freaking $200 runner. I'll oftentimes close it for a small win and reproduce the trade if it's reproducible, or fish for the next opportunity.
So let me ask you this question. What time frame do you use? Do you use 1 minute charts, 3 minute charts? What do you use?
Yeah, so I'll give you basically 1 minute is the best I can find, because first of all, I don't use only charts to do my my trading. I use a bunch of metrics, tools, and a couple indicators. I have a news feed, on-chain analytics. I have exchange statistics that are actually public, like open interest, founding rate. I use, I follow the big money moves as well across exchanges. Like, is there money moving to Coinbase or a seller on Bitfinex? I don't know. That can be valuable
Give us some
information.
examples also. So like what whale moves or what moves have happened the past 2 weeks that you've gotten alert fundamentally that you've used?
Well, how about forget the past 2 weeks? How about just today, right? Let's keep the memory fresh. So
Yeah,
I have a 1 minute chart up right here. So do you remember a good trade from the last 12 hours that you've made? And
so
like
there
on
was
this chart,
there was quite a couple of them. You can zoom out a bit.
zoom out, like make it like
so
that.
So what I did was basically just I shorted the retest around. I had some orders around 11,380 area, and I wrote that down to 11,2 area. That was earlier in the day.
That was earlier in the day. So that was
no, it was 11,380 to 11,280 ish. So that was about $100, about five.
So was that like around noon US East Coast time?
Yeah, that was around there. That break is where I started scaling in, and I was basically targeting 11,180, but I started seeing some reaction. I don't know. I'm the kind of guy who, when I target something, I always tend to close early and not try to go for the lucky exit, because it's so much more important to me to get the likely exit than the lucky exit, because then you're out, the money is made.
But because of the competition, you were probably, taking your chances to hold down to this.
Yeah, I mean, typically in general, let's say you enter from 11,380 was my average. My stop loss was somewhere around 11,450. So basically above the most recent high printed. And my target was 11,180 area, but I really don't know if it's going to go that deep. I had some scales all the way to 11,220, right? Then it started tanking, and it went kind of vertical into 11,300. Then you get a little bounce, and on the second spike down is where I covered around 11,390. So you can see, put your cursor a bit more on the left. Oh yeah, I think that's around there. So basically, the way I view it is, let's say my entry is 11,380, my stop is 11,450, and we're at 11,280. I'm already in the money $100, so I'm risking more at the moment. In the actual moment, I'm risking more than I'm aiming to gain from holding to target, right? And I already had made like plus 2R, so I was basically risking 3 times my risk to win 2 more risk units. So the way I view it is, I thought that the low time frame bounce was likely. I don't know where it's going to go, so I just closed it out and I fished for the next opportunities.
So you closed it out here, and then you went short again over here.
No, I didn't went short again. I missed out on the last leg.
Oh, you missed on the second one.
Yeah, so I was bidding higher. Always try to get lucky on entries, not on exits. that's the way I approach this competition, especially because you're trying to stack P&L. You're trying to have the best expectancy on your side. You're trying to have odds, put the chances on your side. So after I exited, I started putting offers around 11,350 to 11,380 again, and I didn't get anything before the last leg. So that was it for that particular trade.
What kind
What are
of
your-
leverage did you use on this big drop?
Cross, always cross.
Cross.
Yeah. I'm not going to use liquidation as a stop loss. I always have a stop loss in place. So cross leverage is the best if you know what you're doing.
What if you're using a lot of different things to make your trades? I know you said like you're using fundamentals and like alerts and whatnot. Okay.
I mean, a news feed, fundamentals
so
are always
newsfeed.
kind of the same.
So let me ask you about newsfeed, because there's I don't particularly myself use too many news feeds. Like my community will tell me like about tether prints. I found like tether prints to actually be really effective. When tether prints a bunch, Bitcoin seems to pump. What
So
news feeds apps are you using?
Well, the best for what you just said would be probably whale alert on Twitter, but those are not the holy grail. It's important information to be aware of if you're a scalper, because it moves the market. To give you an example, there was a 1 billion tether mint a couple days ago, and I actually made money on that. And it was announced in advance that there would be a 1 billion tether chain swap. I think it was Bitfinex, literally Paolo, the CTO of Bitfinex, tweeted that they're doing a chain swap from, I think it was ERC20 to Tron network, and there's going to be a 1 billion tether swap. Nonetheless,
so this was from their Twitter account. From who?
No, listen. So what happened is they tweeted in advance that there would be a chain swap, but still, when the chain swap happened, there was a 1 billion mint that alerted on whale alert. People see that, they FOMO in position, like they buy, they think it's going to the moon. It's like a catalyst for traders who are on high leverage. So what that creates is like I think this time it was $150 move on low time frames, right? So let's say you see that kind of information and you know in advance that there's going to be something, and then it happens, it's likely that people still fucking react because they're stupid. Like it's just the way this market works. It's like whoever was looking for a long trigger has it now, and they pulled the trigger. So this kind of information, like let's say you're short and you see that 1 billion tether mint, sure, it's a chain swap, it was advertised in advance, but nonetheless, traders are likely to react to this information. Maybe not everybody knows that it was a planned chain swap. So some people likely to market buy, and you want to see how the market behaves around those, and not get stuck offside for the most part if you're not taking the trade.
All right, so tether prints, whale alerts, we know that's real. Those are real, and those work. What else do you use for news feed? I need to get on Twitter, dude. I don't use Twitter.
I use TweetDeck, so I put a bunch of stuff. I have a list for politics, crypto news. I follow BitMEX Whale, a couple on-chain stats like Glassnode, Whale Alert, and I have my Twitter feed where I shitpost as well. So that's pretty much what I use. Sometimes Trump will say shit, and sometimes there's a correlation that's going to start between the S&P, gold, and Bitcoin. Let's say the big crash on March 12th. I think it was, there was a Trump conference. Trump announced travel restrictions it was a travel ban between China and US, or Europe and US, something like that. The stock market starts collapsing, Bitcoin starts collapsing, and that's literally the trigger that took us from 10K to 8K, and shortly after from 8K to 3K, right? So even legacy markets, when something big happens and you're scalping Bitcoin, it's going to affect it. It's all interconnected in a certain way, and it's the information that you want to be up to date with.
Right, so that's fundamentals, okay? So what about indicators? If you had to pick like your top one or two indicators, if you just had to look at a chart, is there anything that you like more than others?
I don't use much indicators. I did in the past, and they work, but you have to be very picky with them. A lot of people use indicators wrong. Let's say you use RSI or whatever suits your needs. You need to be the best in the world at it. You need to be a fucking ninja. Like, you need to understand every single in every single way how your indicator works, and you need to be able to have a bit of backtest sample. Like, if you're trying to take a signal in the 1 hour and you can backtest it, you have to backtest it. You're an idiot if you don't. So you need to look back with as big a data sample as you possibly can, and then you can objectively evaluate whether it's a good or bad signal to use. I used to do that a lot. I don't really use indicators much anymore. What I was using was, I like to mix, back in 2018, I used them a lot, was VZO, well, basically a volume indicator mixed with the price oscillator. So, if you want confluence in indicators, I had two main ones. It was VZO and a simple moving average script, I think.
So, okay. So you're trading off the 1 minute, and you're basically saying that there's enough fundamental news every day, news feeds, where you don't need indicators. You need RSI bullshit. There's enough.
Well, I don't use indicators right now. No, I used them in the past, and I was not trading the 1 minutes, but the opportunities were a lot more scarce, and my returns were a lot less impressive.
You're just plugged into the matrix. You're plugged into the Twitter.
Yeah, well, something you want to keep track on is always open interest. There's a lot of metrics that are freely distributed by exchanges. For example, BitMEX open interest is super important information because it won't hint you about price direction. It won't help you make a prediction about where a price is heading. But if the open interest builds up tremendously, let's say it's up 100 mil in 10 hours, we've seen that. Actually, today, that was it. Before this big trending move, the open interest had built up a lot. What this will tell you is, if you're caught offside, you don't want to stick your nose and start DCAing. No, you want to cut that shit because it can go against you tremendously. You want to manage your risk appropriately, adjust position size, get extremely lucky on entries, because the risk that you're caught offside is aggravated by the fact that it can go a lot against you if shit starts hitting the fan. So those kind of metrics that are provided by exchanges are a lot more important to me than any indicator.
How long have you been trading for? Were you trading before crypto? When did you get into crypto?
I started in crypto in 2017, and I've been full-time ever since. Every freaking day I've been trading, literally.
Do you even trade standard markets or not anymore? Just crypto because it's juicy enough. It's just so juicy.
What market?
Any markets? Do you trade?
Nah, I tried Forex for 1 month before, and I just gave up.
Forex sucks. I agree.
For me.
I think it's for pimply faced teenage kids.
I mean, it's just not the same kind of edge you can gain. There's a lot more variables in crypto and a lot more inefficiencies. Whereas Forex, I feel like the competition's too big, and I don't have access to the same arsenal.
Have you? What about other than Forex? What about like standard ETFs?
No, I never tried. I would have access if I asked. I work for a prop shop, so they would probably give me access to other markets if I asked, but I'm not even interested because I don't believe that any market would provide the opportunities as good as crypto.
Yeah, I feel you. You know what, though? I have to slightly disagree with you because I used to kind of think the same thing. But recently, this year especially, there are gains right now in standard markets with Apple and Amazon and whatnot that are just as volatile and just as that the percentages are the same. And
no doubt. But I'm specializing in Bitcoin because I think it's the best for me personally. I'm not saying it's bad to trade other markets. I'm all for it. If somebody's profitable in them, sure, go ahead. It's just not for me for now. I try to focus on crypto alone.
Let me jump in here for a second. I want to just we probably had some new viewers coming in. We are talking with Salsa, who is in the lead of the ByBit World Series of Trading competition. And in the a little over 2 weeks that the competition is going on with 5 days to go, he managed to make 3,600% in his trading from 0.19 Bitcoin over to over 7. So great job, shout out. I got one question to throw at you. Because you trade such a low level time frame, the 1 minute.
I'm not trading the 1 minute. It's just that the 1 minute chart is the exact same as the 30 minutes chart or the 1 hour chart. It's basically just that the information is a lot more fractioned.
Right. But because of the scalping angle of it, this is where I was going. Bitcoin is probably the only liquid market for you, right? I mean, like you don't really trade altcoins.
Not on leverage. I don't like it. I did ETH before, but I'm actually shit at trading ETH because in comparison to Bitcoin, like it's tougher to get in and out of size. I like to scalp with a certain size that's not as accessible. But yes, I do trade altcoins. I use Binance futures for that because they provide a lot of pairs. But mostly Bitcoin. Like I'd say 90% of my trading at the very least is Bitcoin.
All right. And yeah, do we have any questions from the audience, guys?
It's the same 10 guys in the chat. Questions from the audience. This guy's at 3,600%. Pete's sake, my God, this is golden. You should be paying for this.
Well, there was a question earlier about what is cross leverage, if you want to describe that in a little bit of detail.
Good question.
I'd say if you don't know what cross leverage is, you probably have no business using it.
Oh, come on. You didn't know what, just come on. Just give the answer, man.
So cross leverage uses your whole balance as collateral, meaning if you get liquidated, you lose everything. It's like basically, yeah, that's pretty much it. You use all the possible available collateral in your trading balance.
But
I'm
used to traditional futures trading, which that's default. I mean, that's what futures trading is. It uses your entire account as collateral. It puts X amount on margin, but then every day it adjusts the margin.
You know what's funny about that? Let's say you trade traditional futures, your balance can go negative, correct? Let's say you get a margin call or price goes vertical and you get slipped for a tremendous amount, your balance can go negative and your broker can go after you, correct?
Yeah, well, it's a little more complicated than that.
Yeah, of course, but there's the possibility, and in crypto there's no possibility of that. So what they have is the insurance fund, the liquidation system, and basically what that means, and a little tip that I'll give to your audience, because a lot of people don't seem to actually know that, is if you get liquidated, you're losing money in expected value. You're pretty much really stupid because let's say you're on 100x leverage. If you put a stop loss on mark price $2 or $3 before your liquidation and your stop loss hits before you get liquidated, you'll save about 50% of your balance. So
let me repeat that for the people, because sometimes it's hard for to understand European or people that aren't American. I'm sorry to sound like a douche, but it is way cheaper. If your liquidation, if you enter a trade, let's say Bitcoin long at 10,000, your liquidation is 9,000. If your stop loss is at $9,001, even if you're able to get out right before liquidation, you save so much money because the exchange takes a buffer for insurance in case of a major dump. So that's why it's always best to have a stop loss above your liquidation. Don't get fucking liquidated, because even if you stop out before your liquidation, you save. It's insane with crypto. Literally, he's right up to I don't know, 50%. 50% is too high, but 20-30% is in
on
there.
On 100x, it's about that, yeah, because the maintenance margin is about 0.45%. So you save at least 45% of the account if you're on max leverage.
Right, but okay, but that was my original question, right? So cross leverage just talks about like your account, but when you take on a trade, are you at 20x? Are you at 100x while using that, your max account?
No, when I'm on cross leverage, I use my whole account as collateral. I will not let myself get liquidated, though.
Right, but using your account as collateral, but is there but you're not making one for one, right? So let's say you,
I'll give you an example. Look, let's say I short 11,500 and I want my stop loss to be 11,600. I will pick a size that will allow me to have the liquidation well above 11,600 because I don't want to be liquidated before my wanted stop loss.
Oh, okay. So now I got it. So it puts together your leverage based on where you set your stop loss.
No. So what cross leverage does? So let's say you have $1,000, Cape Tone, to trade with.
Right,
And
look, I used to trade on these exchanges. I don't actually trade on. I'm trying to abide by all rules and regulations because I've become a little too high profile. So back when I was trading on this stuff, things were very different than they are now as far as leverage went. Like we didn't have 100x back then. I think 20x was as high as it was, and I was trading at 20x leverage. And you are using your whole account, but even though you're using your whole account, you still get to choose how leveraged that position is: 5, 10, 20.
Yeah, so basically the more you buy, the more the leverage, isolated leverage equivalent will be. Let's say I have 5 Bitcoin and I enter a 5 Bitcoin position on cross, then I'll be at 1x, but I can add all the way up to the maximum allowed leverage for my size bracket. So let's say my risk limit is 150 Bitcoin, my maximum leverage will be 100x. So if I have 5 Bitcoin available balance, I can enter a position while on cross all the way up to, to 150 Bitcoin, because that's my maximum bracket. So that's a pretty poor example. Let's say I have 1.5 Bitcoin. I can buy 150 Bitcoin while on cross if I want, but then that's the equivalent of being 100x levered. Or I can pick any lever, like I can buy or keep a size that in between 0 to 150 Bitcoin, and it doesn't really matter. But let's say I have only 15 Bitcoin in a position, then I will automatically be on 10x leverage.
Right. So again, we're trying to get to the actual question I've been trying to get at from the beginning. Your average position, what is the approximate equivalent leverage at 10x, 20x on your average positions?
I would say it's at the beginning it was mostly like 100% all I can get, but now that the account has grown, my average position I would say would be probably somewhere around 25x.
Okay, and
no, I don't know if that's okay. Let me make sure. Okay, so with cross, right? It uses. So let's say if you have $1,000, right, Salsa. What we're asking is if you did $1,000 all 100% on your trade, you'd get liquidated instantly with cross if it goes down $1. So if you had $1,000 with your cross leverage, what are you starting out with? Because cross increases, like the more red it goes, it increases, right? And so, like,
bro, you're losing me, man. Basically, I'm just
my question.
I'm just using cross leverage. Look, the way I see it is leverage is irrelevant. Like it doesn't fucking matter in trading. Leverage is just like a factor within risk. But if you manage risk in a way that you won't be liquidated, and you understand leverage, whatever leverage you're using won't be relevant to your trading. For that competition, I use cross. So I use all my margin as collateral, meaning I'm willing to go anywhere between 0 to 150 Bitcoin position, but I will make it in a way that won't even give the market a risk to liquidate me. So I will never get liquidated because I always have a stop loss way before liquidation. Does that answer the question broadly?
Yeah.
Cool.
I think we're finally getting somewhere. Hey guys, once again, we are talking with Salsa, who is in the lead of the entire ByBit trading competition of approximately 10,000 people, and he is up 3,600% in a little over 2 weeks. So in about 18 days, with 5 days to go. Those interested in ByBit, feel free to support. I don't usually promote exchanges. This is one of those exceptions because we are talking about ByBit. So it is on my affiliate page right there under ByBit. All right. Any other questions we see from the audience? But other than that, Crypto Face, see if you spot any good questions. I got a question for you on the general overall market. So you said you've been trading since 2018 or 17, Salsa?
2017, I got in crypto. I wasn't really trading, mostly because I had some Bitcoin exposure. And when it started rising, I started looking into different stuff. The timing was splendid. Shit coins, Poloniex, Bittrex, all those scam exchange like Cryptopia, BitGrail, where I got fucked for quite a bit. Basically the 2017 bubble, right? So,
Are you a shitcoin guy? Are you a Bitcoin maximalist? Or
well, I was a big on leverage trading, but back then, basically, I got mostly wrecked. So when I started leverage trading was in 2017. I lost for about 18 months. So middle 2018, I basically stopped being unprofitable. And then I mostly chased my tails, win and losses that were summed out to a net break even until late 2018, where I really started being profitable. So I've been trading since 2017, but I wasn't profitable before late 2018.
So let me ask you a question about the general, like, what do you think of the crypto market? What do you think of Bitcoin? Do you have a holding, like
Yes.
a hodl position? Do you
Yes,
really?
I have a moon bag, I like to call it. So it's basically a cold storage investment. Because I trade it a lot, right? But I'm continually exposed, and I have a stack that I keep for years, whatever. I keep it for all-time high possibility, because just like shit coins, you never know when that thing will run and go. Let's say it goes eventually to $30,000-$40,000. If I missed out, it might actually affect me. And I like, it's money I have in Bitcoin. I keep it in a cold storage. I do not touch it. It's an investment, not the trading stack. And I make it so I can't even touch it with my trading. So yes, I am invested in Bitcoin. I believe there's a decent chance we see all-time high by the coming years. I don't know how long it will be, but I'm betting on it.
there's a good question from the chat. Actually, two questions. First question is from Hades Angel. He's asking you, as someone trying to go full-time trading, what would Salsa recommend to learn
Anything. Yeah, okay.
or where to learn?
First of all, you need to get familiar with every single, with the exchange you're using. So get familiar with the exchange, try playing very small, understanding every single order type, understanding every single leverage usage, the insurance fund, the liquidation system, etc. So that's just number one, the basics. Then you want to nail the risk management aspect. So I think CryptoCred on Twitter has a very good Medium article and a YouTube video on risk management. It's pretty detailed. I would recommend you go to his free resources and you educate yourself. You nail the risk management and the exchange mechanic aspects. And only then you need to start trading a lot. There's only one way to learn. It's by doing, repeating. You keep track of yourself, your emotions, every trade, your reasons. I would recommend trading not, let's say you look at resources on YouTube, they'll tell you stuff like you need to swing trade, be very picky with your trades. You need to wait for a month for the setup if needed. I think that's bullshit. You need to trade a lot to learn to trade.
Yep.
That's how I did. And basically the most multiple trades per day is how I did it since the start. Sure, you will likely get wrecked at first. So start with the tiny amount that you're willing to lose without it hurting, because you will likely lose at first for a long time. But if you push through that losing period, you persevere and you keep trading a lot, you keep a good track of yourself, you have all those basics nailed. And for the risk management aspect, I can't sweat it enough. It's the reason it kept me backwards for so long, because you need to have good bankroll management and bet the proper size, because otherwise, even if you have good odds every trade, if you bet 50% of your account every trade, eventually you're going to hit that dice that goes against you and you're going to lose everything. So, 2018, to give you an example, I ran account 50x before liquidating them all, because I did not have that risk management aspect nailed before late year. So risk management, very, very good to nail. Exchange mechanics. Then you start trading a lot, you keep track of yourself, and you work on your edge.
Okay, amazing answer. Risk management So completely true. You can, if you're good at risk management, it's more important than like knowing indications. It's risk management most important thing. Okay, second question. Yeah, I feel like you kind of dodged it, but what shit coins are you holding? What are your favorite shit coins that you're
Currently,
holding?
I got none currently, zero.
Okay, so just Bitcoin, no shitcoin.
I'm a seasonal shitcoin trader. I buy them when I think the shitcoin market in general will go up. I did it earlier this year. I did good returns, but nothing. Let's say the DeFi bubble and the Uniswap and that kind of stuff. I still don't know what it is. I missed out completely on it, and I'm okay with it because I've been busy with Bitcoin and leverage trading. But the way I view it is there's so many levered product. Binance Futures adding a 100x, 125x leverage future for every single shitcoin possible. Like it's as easy as that. They can do it overnight on any shitcoin. So I feel like that's where the money's at. So I was looking into that more thoroughly. So I was looking to trade.
I actually think the question was more like, are there anything besides Bitcoin you would consider?
No, not for the long term. I would not hold as an investment any shitcoin.
Oh, you love him, Tone. That's
I
like
do. I know. I like already. I can't believe paths haven't crossed before, man. I apologize.
I think that Bitcoin's the big dog, and basically betting, like you look at coin market cap, there's maybe 10,000 shit coins. 99% of them at least are scams for sure, and I'm not good enough to know which one are not scams. So no, I do not believe in holding shit coins. That's not the business I'm in. I'm a Bitcoin trader, and I believe that if crypto is to survive, Bitcoin will survive.
I can't. I think real traders, like, I cannot hold on a shit coin anything gold, even if it was gold. If I think it's gonna go down, I can't hold it. If I think it's gonna go up, I'll buy coffee beans. No matter what. Brilliant. You have my respect, Salsa. You got my fucking respect.
Hey, Salsa, who'd you mention for the risk management YouTube? Was it
Crypto cred.
Yeah, so Crypto Cred has a pretty good Medium article, and he also has a YouTube channel where he has a very detailed video on it. So I would recommend you guys, if you're looking to start trading, because you won't be able to profit without being a professional at risk management. Like, this is the aspect that I sweat for the most time on. If you guys get really good from the get-go at it, you will have a huge kickstart, right? Because trading, the way I view it, there's two things that you need to be profitable. First, you need to be a very good risk manager, and second, you need a trading edge. You need to actually be a good trader, execute profitable trades. But risk management will not make you profitable. Edge will, but risk management will allow you to profit, assuming you got the trading edge. So risk management, big head start. Start with that. Go to Crypto Cred's free resources. It's what I would recommend, and be a pro from the get-go at it.
Yeah, if anyone has free risk management resources, definitely check those out, because unfortunately, unfortunately, my risk management 6-hour webinar is not free. It's 0.05 Bitcoin. On that one, my free resource is Learn Technical Analysis.
Yeah.
But I am planning on adding a bigger section up front on risk management.
Crypto Cred's Medium and YouTube video, it's free, but it's as good as it gets. Like, you won't waste your time. You get everything you need there. So I would recommend people really start with that. To me, it's like he literally said everything that there is to be said. He didn't talk about counterparty risk and other aspects that maybe, like, he's talking really about the trading side of the risk management. Obviously, there's account security and other factors in crypto specifically, because you're your own bank. So if you get hacked, it's on you and you lose everything. But for the trading aspect, Crypto Cred has it all. So
right. I don't want to dox you, but I kind of want to get to know who you are a little bit more. you know, you said you started trading, I think in 2017, kind of overall, right? Like, what were you doing before, man? How old are you, or what can you tell us about you?
I'm 22 years old right now.
Holy shit!
Say
Yeah.
22.
Yeah, I'm 22, man.
Oh
So,
shit.
so I was a degenerate from like 12 years old. I've been gambling on the internet. That's pretty much been my life since, well, not my life, but a big part of my life since I'm freaking 12. I was gambling on MMO games. So plus EV gambling, I like to call it. So I
What
had kind
MMO
of
games?
I can't really disclose it because I'm not sure it's legal. It's not illegal, but it's gray zone. The
Yeah.
kind of stuff that I don't
Do you
want
play
to.
World of Warcraft?
I said I don't want to say exactly.
Well, if you
which
play
one.
World of Warcraft,
But-
all right, we'll talk after, bro. We'll talk after.
But look, roughly the story is I was doing that plus EV gambling stuff on MMO games, and I had PayPal account, and at some point I was in high school and I was transacting some decent amounts, and I was like 15 years old at the time. So what happened is PayPal locked my account. I tried to appeal multiple times. They did not accept my business model, quote unquote. And then that's how I discovered Bitcoin and got into crypto. So I really used Bitcoin not for the investment, but for the use case from 2014, 2015. I think the lowest price I've seen was $300. I had a few before the 2017 run up. So I got lucky on the timing. Then I discovered shitcoins and so on. So that's pretty much the story before crypto. So I had a little bit of a background. I had quite a huge roller coaster in that plus EV gambling journey. So
Right.
I feel like that prepared me a lot for the kind of shit we've seen in crypto, but I still had a huge roller coaster from 2017 to 2019 in crypto as well. So I was prepared, but that was still not enough. I had to learn my lesson over in trading.
We all have, dude. You are an astounding young man, and you're humble, and I just, man, you the world is your oyster, and I am a fan, and man, I just you're doing a good thing. Like, you're putting yourself out here on this stream, and I'm all about being anonymous. You know why? Because fame is overrated, and just like you're helping people without trying to seek the reward, and I'm just a huge fan. I'm fanboying and simping over you, bro.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoy doing Twitter. It's kind of started. I was a live streamer back in 2018. Actually, I literally live streamed myself trading on the BitMEX account for months, and that's how I started on Twitter. I was interacting with people because back then I was not like right now I'm working in a proprietary trading firm, but back then I was in my mom's basement, and it gets fucking lonely trading there all day and night. You know, I spent most of my time
You have your own
trading.
place now? You have your own nice place?
I live in an apartment near where I work. So yeah, I'm currently alone. I share it with my brother, but basically for a long period of time, I was basically in my parents' basement trading and going to university during the day. A lot of sleep deprivation as well because I wasn't as focused as I am now, and sure, like a cool thing about that I could tell you guys is the biggest improvement I had in my trading was when I went from part-time, where I would take trades and go to university at the same time, to full-time when I moved out and started working the prop shop and focusing on trading only. And that's not because I was not good at, like I was not as good as at trading before, but that's because I would let my trade run for too long because I would let them run while I'm at university in classes. So what happens is I was good at getting good entries. I would let it run while at university. Sometimes I would go big time in profit, and then I come back from classes, I'm stopped out. I stopped doing that when I went full time because I was monitoring. I would not let the market reverse on me. I would be more conservative on my target. I would stop trying to get lucky every trade, and I would start actually taking it seriously and locking the profit. So that was locking the profit was really the biggest improvement in my trading.
Oh my God. Okay. That's so important, dude. You're like knowledge bombs right now, because that's what happened to me. I'm not trying to steal the show, but when I was doing this part-time, YouTube, the trading, everything, and when I stopped working, when I got my ass fired, started doing this full time, that broke another level. And dude, you're so right. Number one was taking profits, was exiting the trades. It's like next to risk management. Number two has to be exiting.
Well, people don't really realize, I spoke of that earlier, but let's say you're in a trade and you have a certain defined risk from the get-go, and then your trade goes into profit. Your unrealized P&L is still money. It's money that you own. If you close the trade, you have that money and you're risking that unrealized P&L. So a huge tweak is actually evaluating a trade's expectancy, not only taking your initial risk, but taking any unrealized P&L into account when you do the calculation. So let's say you're going for four times you're going for 4 times the risk that you initially take, and you're plus 2R, you are actually risking more than you initially had. So if the market hints that it might reverse on you and you don't close, you're a fucking idiot, because you have negative risk reward, and the chances that the market reverse on you basically are higher than not, right? So a huge tweak would be treating your unrealized P&L as P&L, because that's what it is.
Yeah, that's my rule number 3 when I teach trading. Rule number 3 is don't ever let winning trades turn into losing trades. If you have to get out break even, then get out break even. Don't ever demoralize yourself by turning gains into losses.
Yeah, but something that I think people need to be careful is with that aspect is a lot of, let's say you have an entry reason, you need to exit the trade for the same reason as well, right? So let's say I buy a spot. Sometimes like it didn't work with me. Maybe it worked with some people, and that's totally fine. Like that's a debate for another day. But for me, trailing stop in general, I tried multiple times using them, and it tends to provide bad returns for the style I do. I don't know. It's mostly because I was trading my P&L when using trailing stops, because let's say I want to sell an area and buy back lower, to give you one example. If I trail my stop after I get a good entry, then I will likely have the trailing stop right before where I initially sold, and I would likely want to sell again if I wasn't in a trade already. So I think it's you got to be careful with that. I like to view it in terms of trade expectancy rather than not giving away anything back to the market, because obviously there's going to be a risk. Let's say the trade starts going your way, it looks splendid, and the risk reward is still good, and there's no clue that the market might reverse on me. The market still could reverse on me, and there's nothing I can do about it. And no risk, no reward. I got to be okay with that.
Yeah, dealing with like the reality of the market does what it wants to do, not what you think. Like focusing on the reality that you can only get what is there.
Yeah,
you know,
for
like
sure.
I call it like taking what the market gives you. You know what I'm saying? You're the fucking man, dude. God, if I had a daughter and she was your age, I don't know where you are in Russia or some shit, but I would send her to you, bro. Send her to you. Tough crap.
Got any other questions?
Fucking joke. I guess the stream's getting old. Everyone's getting tired. Apparently 3,600% is not, exciting to these people, these plebs.
Yeah, I'm trying to explain to people that the world doesn't revolve around crypto exchanges, and traditional markets don't have the concept of cross leverage. They just it's kind of embedded. So just because I'm not fully familiar with terms on exchanges I legally can't trade on has nothing to do with an ability to trade.
So is there anything else you're excited about? So I mean, you're all about crypto. You're young, so you're really, what I'm saying. What about gold, bro? Are you into gold or anything else?
I do own some stocks as investment, mostly a portfolio of indexes, stuff like that. I bought more on the dip. I got really lucky actually, but that's investment, not trading. So no, I'm not really interested in gold because I like Bitcoin, right? I trade Bitcoin.
Yeah.
I know stuff about Bitcoin. I don't know shit about gold. I know a lot of people like to own physical gold. I don't know how to do that, how to resell without getting ripped off, and I'm not really interested in it. So, I mean, I try to diversify. Whenever I cash out of crypto, I have a golden rule that is never put it back in. And that's what saved me in 2018 because I had sold maybe 10% of my stack at like $14,000. And when Bitcoin crashed 90% and I was heavily exposed to altcoins, which was a huge lesson at the time because I held many altcoin bags that I had, couldn't get my exit, and then I just held it back down. They went maybe 90% down against Bitcoin. That crashed 80% from 20K to 3 to 4K range. I took a pretty large hit, and the money that I had cashed out and never cashed back in is what saved my ass and kept me living and being comfortable on my day-to-day life. So I think it's very important to be protected. It's a big aspect of risk management. Like if I cashed it back in, I would have likely took the full hit. I would have risked getting wiped out. But since I never even considered cashing it back in, it's what saved my ass. It worked for me particularly.
Question: how many monitors do you have?
When I trade Bitcoin, I can really trade as well. Like I can trade well on a laptop, but I typically flip between 20 tabs. And I don't really like being always flipping between 20 tabs.
So do you only have one, like on your computer?
No,
right
I have three. So one ultra wide and two upper monitors. So, I can watch Netflix, follow the books, follow different charts like SPX, gold, because I noticed that there's a correlation. You asked me about gold earlier. Actually, I am interested in gold because I noticed that sometimes on a day-to-day basis, there's a very short-lived correlation that might affect the market. It's not something big, but it's something that's good to be aware of in big moves.
I agree.
So I follow different maps, different metrics. Like I have the BitMEX open interest chart up front on Tensor. I have some liquidation noise to wake me up if something starts moving and I'm watching Netflix, TweetDeck, Skype, Discord, Twitter to shit post, etc. So yeah, I have multiple screens, but it's absolutely not necessary.
So you're kicking ass financially. You're 22 years old. How is your personal life? Do you go out on? Do you go out on weekends? Do you have a girlfriend?
I'm single, man. I'm fucking single as shit. Actually,
Listen,
I kind of didn't change.
The groupies are out there. You have a Twitter. How many followers do you have on Twitter?
45,000.
Okay, that's a lot. So, man, I just you sound like mentally.
I kind of don't want. I kind of separate the trading life from the personal life in the sense that I don't tell my friends about my success trading. Like I have a group of friends that I go out with often. They don't know that I have very good success trading crypto, and I don't necessarily want them to know everything about that because
they'll ask you for money. You'll lose friends.
I like to keep it low key. Let's say they want to start trading as well. They might be very excited. They might have false expectations that they'll reach the same kind of return. I post a lot of degenerate stuff on my Twitter, so I like to keep it so people don't actually know I run that anonymous Twitter, which is the main reason why I am anonymous, because I don't want people to know in my personal life that I run this shit. So
I am right there with you, bro.
The opposite. I'm too public.
Yeah. So I like to keep it low key. I don't want to be doxxed for that reason. I find it comfortable. I find it freeing. Like I have the freedom to not be recognized in real life, even though it's very tiny follow base. Like to be recognized in real life. I mean, it wouldn't matter, but I like it so people in my entourage don't really know all the details. I like it that way.
Nice. So you're like, so even your friends might not know you're on the stream unless they
my closest friends, they actually know about the trading. They don't know about the Twitter though, but they know that I'm very successful at trading, and if they ask me questions, I will answer them. But
what do you spend your money on?
Bicycle. Yeah, I like to do bicycle. Like I'm not a big car guy. I think a Lambo is fucking stupid. Like the only
too.
like it would be a hindrance if I bought a Lambo because I would go in the street and I would be scared that people fucking scratch it.
Well, you know what? If you want to go on vacation next year, come down and join us at the financial summit in Bali. Unfortunately, we just had to cancel the one this November due to Bali still being closed
November?
due to COVID. Next year, man, next November, we can't do it this year. Bali will not allow tourists.
Did we cancel this November? You're
Yeah,
not talking about
coronavirus, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
God
we
dang. Yeah, I had some travel plans as well, and I did like I actually spend money on travel. That's one thing I like. So I was planning to go to Tokyo and do some bicycle with a friend, but we had to push it back to 2021 at least.
Tone, did
Yeah.
you mean the one in Dominican, or are you talking about we canceled this?
No,
November?
dude, we canceled the one in Dominican Republic, and as of like this week, we had to cancel Bali. Indonesia
Yeah.
said they will not allow tourists until 2021. So like we can't go there legally.
Well, that sucks. It was a great time, but it's okay because a lot of people I know are saying they couldn't go. But Salsa, dude, I really hope you come to the next financial
Yeah,
summit.
dude, everyone is down for the next one, man. This is gonna get sold out so fast.
Yeah, who knows, man? Maybe I'll join. I mean, I wasn't even 21 in 2018, so that's the reason I didn't partake in any crypto related events. So maybe
Oh, this is all trading. My crypto events are different, but if you want to come to Vegas, that one's gonna be earlier in 2021.
pretty cool.
You
Okay.
play
Getting
poker?
ordained into
Oh,
the
wait,
Bitcoin
you play-
Illuminati.
Also, you play poker?
Oh, I'm shit at poker. I went to the casino
Perfect.
once in my
You gotta
life.
come
Full
play
of shit. He is full of
Listen,
shit.
I went to the casino once in my life. I said, I'm going to risk and lose $200. I lost 800 and I walked out with my pants down. I fucking hate it. Yeah, no, actually, it was really fun. I had a good time, but I lost $800.
All right, guys, we got to wrap it up. But hey, listen, I'm happy to have you on again one of these days if you want. If you want to prepare some charts and some screen share, we can do this at a future point in time. But so CryptoFace and I just met Salsa for the first time due to him leading in the ByBit competition with a return of 3,600 over a 16-day period so far. And with 5 days to go, you got about a 400% lead on your competition there?
Yeah, so let me check real quick. I think the second one is kind of a degen, but I got the upper hand because he had a bigger start, so his size gets in the way. Yeah, the second one's at 3,300% on the individual.
Close to you, man. Like
Representing the EN, baby, the English, dude. We never win. It's always the Chinese or the Koreans, bro. Bring it home for us, Salsa. Bring it home.
Yeah, I'm not gonna stop trading. If shit happens, it happens. But I'm gonna try to leave him in the dust, man. Like I'm not gonna risk everything. I'm gonna try to keep the risk tight. So, yeah, my goal is to ensure that Jalapeno Troop freaking wins this thing. So I have to keep trading because these second ones who are pretty close, they will keep trading. So let's pray that it goes well.
All right. Thanks, guys. And once again, I am Tone Vays, and you can check out my free Learn Trading section. It's mostly TA. I need to add more stuff in the risk management section. I just started filling that part out. I didn't even finish it yet. And we were talking about the ByBit World Series of Trading competition. Those of you that can trade at ByBit based on their home jurisdiction, feel free to support this channel by using the affiliate page. All right, guys, I'm going to let you go. Thank you again for joining us. CryptoFace, we can talk offline about Bali. I am obviously, you can request your refund or you can just roll it over. I think I'm I think I've earned the reputation to be a trustworthy person. We are keeping the deposit with the hotel as well. That hotel ain't going anywhere. And we'll be back there the first chance we get.
Awesome.
All right.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
Also, you're the man.
Thanks. If you guys want to stick around a few minutes after I cut the live stream to chat privately, stick around. Otherwise, hey, everyone, thank you for watching and see everyone on the next one. Bye, guys.